are. Hello. Good afternoon. Let me check if we're live. I think we are. Hello. Let me check the chat and everything here is in order. Okay. So here we are. Good afternoon, everyone. Now I can say myself. This is awesome. Let me just. Okay. Hello. So nice to have you here. If you're watching the replay, welcome to. This is great to have you, anyways. This is our first live, prepared live. Like organized. Last week we had a live and it was an impromptu just to practice to see how the platform works, and it was really good. And today I'm opening this set of live sessions with an amazing guest, and I love it because this is January 1st, which means that this is the first day of the last month of the year. I mean, 2021. It's almost over. So it's pretty nice because my guest today is Ellie Fernandez, and she's a high performance coach. So there's no one better to start this round of lives on December 1st. There's no better person, right? So Ellie, thank you so much for being here. Guys, this is called Finishing 2021 Strong, and she's going to give you all the details about that. We always focus on 2022 and New Year's resolutions and blah, blah, blah. But what happens before that, right? So this is what we are going to talk about today. So, hello.
Hi.
Welcome, Ellie. So nice to have you. I'm so excited.
Thank you, Gabby, for inviting me. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to share all my tips and my thoughts and what I believe and what I think about finishing the year, because I used to do this type of exercise right on the 31st of December or a few days before. And it's mad on those days, and we don't have the quality time to give ourselves the time and that momentum to reflect on the year. And a quote that really changed my way of thinking about setting goals for the next year. That was my priority years ago. That was one that you can't build on top of success that you don't acknowledge. So that was from Dallas Travers. And it's true, we do so many things. We work hard, we take care of our loved ones, we try our best, really, but we don't take credit for that. We don't acknowledge all the things that we do. We always go for the next one, and that sometimes is tiring, and no wonder why we finish the year thinking, oh my god, this year is like, I can't wait for the year to end. But actually there is a lot of things that we did really well, and it is a lot of things that we accomplished. So yeah, I'm excited to share how can we tap into that new energy, I would say, to start the next year even stronger.
Absolutely. I do. I mean, I'm excited about it because I haven't analyzed, my previous years. It's like we always start like the new year and everything is new, which is not really true because it's just, we're just moving to another year, but we're still the same and we're still doing the same things. So analyzing the year, it's important, right? I haven't done that, and I will start today.
So great. It's always a nice, it's always nice to start something for the first time. And I hope you enjoy this exercise, and all of you that are watching this live or watching the replay. So I would like to start to doing an energy inventory. I
But
think.
wait.
Sorry,
First, sorry,
that's it.
sorry for
That's
interrupting.
okay. That's it.
That's
I'm
like
jumping in. I'm
sure.
jumping in.
It's like, who's Ellie? I mean, Gabby,
Okay,
who's
okay.
Ellie?
Yeah,
She's
I
here.
forgot. I know myself very well. So yeah. I am Ellie. I live in Spain. I'm also Spanish, and I'm a coach by accident. I've been in personal development for the last 15 years because I always wanted to do things in a better way, and I knew that we have a lot of resources, like internal resources that we can tap in. But professionally, I've been doing coaching for about 2 years now, and I started with health coaching, like well-being and health, because I think um, making sure that we have a good mental well-being and trying to deal with our stress levels and
Mm-hmm.
to manage our stress is really important. But then the personal development side was like super important to me, so I incorporated that to my coaching and performance. I've been in sales I was in sales for 15 years, so results are really important. I mean, we do things to achieve the results. Is if we are dieting, like tapping into like good diet, a healthy diet, we want to be healthy, we want to be living longer, or we want to have better quality of life. We want results. So performance for me was important. And then the last kind of piece that completed the way that I do the coaching is this high performance living, which is
Mm-hmm.
succeeding on a long term while maintaining that well-being and relationship. So
Yes.
for me, maintaining well-being and relationship and thinking in the long term, not just short term, for those success. You don't have to sacrifice your life or your loved ones for your success. So that was very important for me. So that definition really touched me,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how I do my coaching. So I'm a certified high performance coach by Brendan Burchard and the High Performance Institute, and I'm multi certified in health, life, transformational coaching, and yeah, lately performance. So that's me. I'm a mother of two, and I'm always trying my best, but not always. I ended the day with a full day on a perfect day. We all humans. We all humans.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm going to share here because, guys, Ellie came prepared. You see, I always bring, interesting people here. So she prepared a workbook for us. I just downloaded and have it here on my screen. And I'm going to
Okay.
share the link here, guys, so you can download it and you can work
Yeah, you don't
along
need
with
it.
us.
You don't need it for this small
Mhm.
session that we're going to do today, but you can use it later on today or this week, just to focus, like just to learn more about you and your year that is about to finish, and how you can focus on the important, and yeah, just have more clarity around that, around especially the focus for December that we're starting
Yes.
today.
Yep. Absolutely. Well, let's say hi to Lenny. Lenny, so nice to have you. She's another guest. She'll be here anytime soon, but she wants to practice her English first, which is great. That's why we're here. And then we have another, but it says LinkedIn user. So I don't know, Ellie, if you can see the person's name because I
Um,
can't. Oh, that's Oscar. Hey, what amazing opportunity to learn from you guys. Thank you so much for being here. And then we have Maria Angelica. Super huge this topic. It is, Maria. It is. So, Ellie, all yours.
Okay, I was so excited before that. I just jump in. So, yeah, finishing the year. I mean, it's December, and we kind of thinking now in the holiday seasons and presents for our loved one. And I used to, when I was in sales, like how we're doing with the sales to close the year. I mean, it's really a reflection moment, and but we rarely tap into our energy levels, our emotions. And I thought that was a great, I learned that from another coach. And I thought this is a great way to start this session. Like really do an energy inventory. And in the workbook, you have great questions
Mhm.
that will allow you to investigate more about how do you feel right now, how do you want to feel now and by the end of the year, and especially how do you want to enter that year? How do you want to feel when you enter in that new year? Um, I used to feel so depleted, like lacking of absolutely depleted by the end of the year, because you're rushing to get, when I was in corporate, you're rushing to get everything really like closing all the project, closing all the sales to make sure that you achieve your budget, and it was really exhausting. You had all these before COVID. You had all these dinners with
Mhm.
clients, like meetings, and that was like a very busy December. Like December was super busy, and by the time you get your Christmas holiday, you were so tired. Um, and only if I thought, how do I want to show up for this month of December? We all have full plate of things to do, but how do you want to show up for other people's, and how do you want to feel? And yeah, and how can you increase your energy levels? So there is like a journaling part in this workbook that you can use. I think tapping into your energy and reflect on who do you want to be this month
Yes.
and the next year is super important. But also being aware of what is your energy givers and your energy takers, because I'm not only talking about food here, or
Yeah.
like sleep. It's not only sleep, rest, and food. Is like healthy food. Is also the news. What are you hearing that is like creating, like taking away your energy? The news
Yes.
around us. I mean, 2020, 2021 is, it's been really, it really is, it's been hard. Um, we don't travel, we might not have novelty in our lives, we hear news like political, COVID, financial restrictions, and it's just taking away. I mean, we have to be informed, but being aware that those might take your energy away, so you can really reduce the amount of toxicity, like information that really take that energy away. People, I mean, you might have people around that take your energy away, um, and you might want to reduce it to be with them,
Absolutely.
and that's okay. I mean, you are in charge of your choices.
Mm-hmm.
And what about Christmas madness? I mean, if Christmas madness takes away your energy, just reflect
Yes.
on how can you make this Christmas more vibrant, without stepping into that madness. Maybe it's like shopping. You don't like doing all the shopping, or you don't like all these family dinners and cooking. I mean, we here in Spain, we do a lot of cooking and a lot of preparation, and we have to see all the family and all friends. And sometimes, you need some time for yourselves and some self-care. So make sure that you schedule those moments in your calendar,
Mm-hmm.
so you end the year the way you want.
Yes.
What can be energy takers? I mean, um, could be anything. I don't know. Gabby, do you have anything in mind right now?
I was thinking about ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like you were talking about, like acknowledging the things that we've achieved
Yeah.
during the year.
Mm-hmm.
I think not doing that is, like taking our energy, because it drains you to feel like I did so many things, and just, like focusing on the what went
Yeah.
wrong or what could have, been better. So this idea of I have to change and do things in a better way, blah blah blah. I think in my case that drains me, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like I still have so much to learn, and I still have so much to do, blah blah blah. That then you don't open, yourself to enjoy, and that drains me. I drain myself. Like it's
Yeah, we can be
terrible.
our worst enemies, and but
Yes.
we also can be our best support, and that's something that I think it's really beautiful to be able to become our best support. Is
Yes.
something that we should aim for,
Yep.
because I mean we're gonna be with ourselves the whole life, so we better be our best support. And how many times are we not putting ourselves down in any new situations, in any
Yep.
you know, when you look it in your mirror, like the first thought is like, oh my god, I have a wrinkle here, or what a hair do you have today, or you look
Yes.
awful, and you're a little bit, you know, you put on some weight, and it's just this self-talk is really not a good thing to have. So yeah, becoming our best support is great. And
Yes.
this is connecting to the second part of this the workbook, which is reflection question for
Okay.
2021. And it's really acknowledging what we have done, and it's a way of it's called like reverse thinking.
Mm-hmm.
We start today and think, what have I done, what have I accomplished the whole year, instead of looking for what I haven't done, or what I need to accomplish, or you are fraud because you said you were going to start that
Yep.
project and you didn't. So it's just we do so many things, and but we don't take credit for that. That
Yep.
having that shift in our thinking is super important. And instead, I would say, instead of finishing the year, the day every day, do you know what we do is just we kind of highlight the things that we haven't done and put them
Mm-hmm.
for tomorrow, or for we schedule them. So we just give our subconscious mind a message that, hey, you haven't done this, you haven't done that, and you haven't
Yes.
done that one. And look at that, it's still in your to-do list. It's been there for like 60 days, you haven't done anything. So we kind of charge ourselves with that negative
Yep.
thoughts. So thinking, what things did I do, which things I did today or yesterday or last week, that reverse thinking is just super powerful for our well-being, for our mental well-being.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually encouraging us to keep going.
Yes.
um it will be a big difference if we highlight the top three things that we did today
Yes.
every day, like before we go to bed, or even before we close the day. It's like, what am I most proud of that I did
Mm-hmm.
today? And those small changes in the way we reflect on the day really adds for our energy as well. So yeah,
I agree.
it gives you a sense of progress. And it's not the success that really
Mm-hmm.
kills our motivation, is the lack of progress.
Got it.
um so
I
it's
like that.
really,
Can
yeah,
you say that again? Like, wait,
yeah.
what?
So it's not the lack of success that kills our motivation. Is the oh, I just saw that, and I lost my brain. Is the lack of progress. So we,
Mm-hmm.
even if it's just tiny small progress that we are able to acknowledge, that's something that we personally have to do, we will feel empowered to take more actions. So it's not the success, it's the progress what is
Got it.
important.
Got
Okay.
it.
So I think you can go to. So I don't know if you want to share in the chat. You know, how do you want to feel this December? What is your one word that you can, you know, share in the
Mm-hmm.
chat? How do you want to feel this December?
Let me, I'm going to check the chat just to read a little bit here. Lenny says, I just downloaded the Finish 21 guide. Thanks, Ellie. Oh,
Great, thank
great.
you, thank you.
Energy givers and energy takers. Maria is like, energy givers and energy takers. Oh my God.
Mm.
Awesome.
Yeah. I mean, social media can be an energy givers. I mean, anything could be an energy givers or energy takers. It's just a way
Mm-hmm.
that affect you. So social media for some people might be an energy taker, because
Yes.
you don't. manage the social media in a
Mm-hmm.
way that really serves you. So you have to be, aware. Awareness is the
Okay.
first step for taking the action. So it's awareness, and then you take responsibility for those actions, and then you take the action.
Mm-hmm.
So great. So if you go to reflection question for 2021, okay, you will have about, it's about 6 or 7 questions. It's seven.
Okay.
Well, this is about 7 questions, and it's just like, what was the smartest decision you made in the last year? And this is tapping into your intuition. You make a decision. We all made a decision based on objective data and some intuition that we have. I mean, what was the best decision, the smartest decision that you made in the last year? For me, um, it was really taking that step into this high performance coaching, like being certified,
Okay.
because it really changed my perspective completely. The way I could help my clients, I can help them better, in a better way, and I feel more empowered to take more actions and to be live here. And the other great things that I did this year was I mean, my English level, I consider myself, I can speak okay, but I joined your business English course, and giving myself permission to be a
Yes.
student and to learn more deeply and to check my weaknesses, and that was another great thing that I did this year. It doesn't have to be a huge thing, but it has to
Yes.
be something that really, yeah, I took, it was an investment in myself, um, and I think it was a great thing to do. So what
Yes.
was the smarter decision that you made in the last year, this year that is 11 months already um, gone? So
The
Gabby,
smartest decision. Oh
yeah.
my God. I
Hmm.
think, yeah, I think the same, like investing in myself.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you are your best asset,
Mm,
So if you are okay, and if you're learning and if you're improving, everything around you is going to improve too, you know. So
that's it.
I think I took a program on creating, like a high value offer, because it's not about just sharing knowledge and posting on social or whatever, but it's like learning how to really get people results on something, like sharing the real value of what you have. So, and obviously, I mean, that was an investment, and I would do it, like again, how many times it is necessary, because it is an investment, on myself, and that is going to be, like, and that's going to be positive for my students too, and for the community and for the people around me,
Mm,
right? So
brilliant.
that's one of the best decisions I made. Probably I
Yes.
did more. That's why we have to journal, because, like, if
Yes.
you ask me, I have this big one, but then when you go deeper, it's like, oh, and I also did this, and this and this and this, and then just start realizing, like,
Yeah.
it was not so bad.
Yeah, that's the beauty of reverse thinking, really, when you
Yes.
tapping into everything that you did in the month, in the week, or in the year that we are, closing now. Really change your energy, your inner energy, and the way you feel about yourself, because you have to be kind to yourself as well. Your
Yes.
circumstances wasn't, I mean, January, we all had so much hope for this 2021, that COVID was going to be off, and we all going to be vaccinated, and no new strains, and not, back to traveling, and back to, and
Yes.
okay, things were back to normal, new normal, but there were a lot of new challenges that came along, and so new circumstances are, we have to acknowledge those as well. Like,
Yes.
we are not the same person that we were in January, and things around us are not the same, but we did a lot of things. Still, we managed to do a lot of things. And I'm not going to go through the 7 questions. I think they are very easy to to follow and to have your own momentum in a quiet space and with yourself, with a cup of tea or whatever drink you like. But number 7 is like 2021 was a success because either you consider 2021 a success or not, depends on you. There are probably many reasons that you can consider 2021 a success, but you have to define success on your own term first. And we rarely do that. When I was in corporate, I always defined success based on my outcome, based on my achievement. Like, how much money did I make that year? How many sales did I close? How many trips with my family I took? Or, if I did like a renovation at home, like I changed something, or I just, it was all external things rather than internal success. So no wonder I felt like disconnected with myself. So you have to define yourself success in your own terms. And for me now, success means like being able to do exercise 3 to 4 times per week, being able to say goodnight to my children every night, or eat with them, or take them to the sport activities, or do the homework with them. Those are successful activities. Those are things that give me my success. It's not only what how much money I made this year, or if I look good, or if I lose weight. It's just internal success, and we forget to that. We forget to do that. So make sure that you define success on your own terms, and you tap into that internal success as well, because success should be from within. If you are successful in the inside, you can do amazing things. But if you do amazing things for the external, for the outcome, and you feel miserable, your life is miserable. So make sure that you give yourself that momentum to reflect on that. And we will do another session for how to set 2022 for success, for your own success. So don't worry that. So we're closing this year.
That is the second part.
That's the second part, exactly. And we will create an analysis workbook as well for that one.
Yes, we'll see you again next year, like in 4 weeks, more or less.
Yes. So acknowledge yourself. Your accomplishment is really important. And then there is a goal inventory that I wanted to also talk about, because I mean, like I said, we all like to have results. That's but sometimes we don't get the results that we hope, or we set ourselves. We set so many goals at the beginning of the year, like I want to do this and that, and then we accomplish half of them. So what happened with the other half? Is that we are lazy? We set ourselves for failure? Or is those goals, they were not aligned with our values, they were not aligned with what we like to do? So that's another kind of interesting deep reflection. When we setting our goals for this year, I mean, how did we define those? Based on what? Based on what priorities?
So what's your suggestion? Like you as a person, I mean, as a human, as a woman or a man, whatever, or as a professional, as a mom, I mean, like.
Well, let's see if we can get more clarity finishing this goal inventory. So what happened is, when you when you think of what goals did they work really well this year, even though they haven't,
Mhm.
you haven't complete them, you said you wanted to lose X amount of weight, you are on the way, you did something, you got some result, partial result, but you
Mhm.
did something. Those are goals that you're working on. But sometimes we set a goal and we do nothing. um,
Yes.
okay, so if you take those goals and just take every goal that you set for this year and circle the ones that you're working on, so the ones that are
Mm.
alive, I call them alive goals. um, I had a project for making some like an online training, and I had that for about a year and a half, and I've done nothing. And I said that is a dead goal. It's a wish goal, and it will maybe be for 2022. But come on,
Yes.
no more space in my emotional well-being or in my calendar, because I'm not going to
Yes.
do anything about it. I have other things going on. So that's what I'm saying. If those goals are a wish ones, but they somehow you haven't taken any action, just
Okay.
reschedule them, or
Mm-hmm.
just take them away until later on, because they are a wish, nice to have ones, but they're not really contributing to your success.
They're not
um,
moving the needle on
they're not
whatever
moving the
you're doing.
needle,
Yeah.
or they just too big and you have too much on your plate. So that's something that connect to the productivity tools. So if you scroll the workbook
Mm-hmm.
into the pages called productivity goal, and then we'll come back to the goal.
Okay.
We'll come back to the goal inventory after that one. So I answer your question because I know where you're going. But that will be our we call it webinar, or our space
Mm-hmm.
for next year, how to set better goals for success. Okay, so when you do think based on your priorities, and your
Mm-hmm.
priorities based on your values, everything seems to be, it's just a little bit easier,
Okay.
and you find more motivation and you find alignment. And I think
Mm-hmm.
missing the alignment that you have with your goals is probably the main reason that people don't accomplish their
Okay.
goals, so they do very little to accomplish their goals. So in that page you have, 5 priorities in my life. You can only, priority, it should be only one per life arena. What I mean for that is like,
Oh, okay.
in your health, if you want to be healthy, if you want to be healthier, there is a lot of action steps.
Okay.
um, you might want to, I don't know, like mental well-being, physical well-being. Like, we all want to tap into your into better health, but you might
Yes.
want to lose some weight, or you might want to have better mental well-being. So which one is your priority?
Got it.
you know um, and it's very important to know why is it important for you. So that's why I put ABC, stepping into your why and making sure there's a why underneath the why. We call it, coaches call the why underneath the why. That's why coaching is just a discovery tool. So you
Yeah.
discover, some people want to lose weight not because they want to feel healthy, it's just they want to feel more confident about their body, and they want to ignite their relationship again with their partner, because they feel like they lost that connection. But it's inside them, so it's just something that they have to reconnect. So I'm just putting some samples there.
Okay.
So it's health, it's relationships. You might want to have better relationship with your daughter, or with your
Mm-hmm.
husband, or with your um, mom. Finances. I say that time, energy, and money are the exchange in this in this life. Time is the one that you can buy, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
and energy is something that you have to generate. So they all three have their own particular ways of, having more or having less. Finances
Absolutely.
are important because they create opportunities, or they take away opportunities. So it's
Yeah.
something to really think about. And then is spiritual. And then there is any other important area. You might be a student, or you might be, in a new career. You want to get promoted, and what you have to do, and those are priorities, one per life arena, to be
Okay.
healthy. Okay, because is if you have too many priorities, is you spread your energy, you spread your focus, so nothing gets really done, and you
Mm-hmm.
feel that it's just it doesn't work. It's just
Yes,
it's
of
just
course.
cruel to you,
Mm-hmm.
to yourself. And then the next one is honoring your yes or no calendar.
Okay.
So make a list of the scheduled activities on your calendar that supports your 5 priorities. Sometimes we say we want to lose weight, but we don't
Mm-hmm.
schedule anything to actually lose the weight. We
Yeah.
don't do like a prep, like a batch cooking, to make sure that we have all healthy items available. We don't
Mm-hmm.
schedule the gym. We don't schedule our rest. We don't schedule our sleep. We don't schedule for finance. We don't schedule, I mean, calling prospect, like,
Mm-hmm.
or making sure that we're
Yes.
doing things in social media that are, income creating activities.
Yeah.
So it's really tapping into honoring your yes to your priorities that are connected to your values. So what is important to me, and how can I make that a priority, and stepping into that, yeah, like extracting, making sure that you have activities in your calendar. So and what are the things that don't support your priorities. It's amazing when you check your calendar how many things are not supporting your
Mm-hmm.
priorities at all.
Yep.
And it's if you're a people pleaser, I am, and I have to watch out what I say yes to, because I think
Yes.
I can take it all. And
Yes.
the thing is, we all have so much on our plate,
Mm-hmm.
that we kind of live at our full capacity all the time. So we have two
Yes.
options here. We can either start to say no, and that's sometimes really hard,
Yes.
or we can question our system.
Mm.
So most of the time, we have to do both. Start to say no to things that are not really important to us right now, and question our system. What am I doing that are taking away my time, and they're not contributing to my priorities or my success, to the
Mm-hmm.
way I envision success. So yeah, what do you think? I've been talking a lot. I don't know if there's any
I'm
comments
like,
or any
oh my
questions.
God. Okay,
Yeah.
let me see. I like these productivity tools. We need to be aware of, like them. Yeah, we have to. I mean, we have to be aware, girls, boys, if you want to share anything, if you want to ask Ellie anything on this, like process on analyzing what happened in 2021, what are the positive, negative, things. But yeah, I absolutely agree.
Mm.
I just remember that during this, last month, we were working together. This is why. I mean, I know that she's an amazing coach. We were working together because, I mean, sometimes we have so many limiting beliefs, and it is just that, it's just a limiting belief. So sometimes it's not about what was wrong with the year, because I don't know, I went into debts, or I had to ask for a loan, or things like that. But sometimes it is within us, like in our minds and our limiting beliefs. So I've been working a lot with you about that, and it is so eye-opening,
Mm.
realizing that there are so many things in your mind that are not true. right? So working on those ideas, and sometimes when you are writing your review, you also have limiting beliefs while analyzing the year, and then you're like, oh yeah, but this didn't work because this is not for me, because I was not prepared, I knew in advance that this was not going to work, etc.
Yeah.
So I think we have to be kind of neutral when we are analyzing the year and what happens that was positive and whatever happens that was negative,
Mm.
and look at this as an outsider, you know.
Yeah. And you said negative, but I mean, there are things that are negative and positive, but really depends on us. I mean, nothing is positive or negative unless we define them as negative or positive. Um, but I had to tapping into this paradigm. Like, there is not such a thing as failure, is only learning. Because I was afraid of failure. I was a perfectionist, and you when you go to the next step, it's hard to do more things, because I mean, if you want to grow, if you
Mm-hmm.
want to have success, you fail. I mean, you have to be prepared to fail, because like comfort, like safety is the enemy of success. But you're so afraid of failure, um, that you start to, it's a lot of things around like imposter syndrome. You don't see yourself as the success, and and it's true. It's just like you hold yourself into that space that you created of success, but you don't do anything else. So I mean, I was thinking today, I'm just sharing something that I thought today. This, we call it comfort zone, and somehow it's a
Mm-hmm.
circle. I don't know. Somebody defined it as a circle. Could have been a square or a rectangle, but it was a circle. So imagine this comfort zone. You have a circle around you, and you are the one building the walls,
What?
and you are the one building the walls. It's true that is the unknown, but it's you that make it to step out of that comfort zone. It's you that make it really hard, because you
Mm-hmm.
set yourself, you set a lot of expectation for yourself. So every time you set those expectations higher and higher, you put a brick, and every time you feel afraid, you put a brick, and it's a lot of fear, you put another brick.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, get rid of everything, just embrace the unknown, embrace failure. I mean, this is my first live. I've been avoiding doing lives, I've been avoiding doing videos. And when you invited me, it's like, this is the universe saying you have to do this.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did is, instead of putting more bricks, I thought, what can go wrong? Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing can go wrong. If I only help one person out of this live session, it would be an incredible success. And so I hope you are enjoying. My last thought, is,
Let me move here. Okay, final
yeah,
thoughts
my
and
final thoughts for this space is like, be at peace with yourself. If I have to wish you something for finishing this year strong, it's just that, live in peace with yourself. Be your best friend, be your best support, be in peace with yourself. And it's just feeling good about you. And
yes,
who can take that away from you? Who can take that
nobody.
away? I mean, you can't control what other people think about you. You can't control what other, judgment,
Mm-hmm.
and that's okay. But you can control how you feel about yourself. Feel good about yourself. It's free. It doesn't take anything from you, and it's going to give you a lot in return. So that's my wish for you, from my from the bottom of my heart. and and the last page of this workbook is just these final thoughts. What's one word you want to remember 2021 for? Those are deep, reflections for you.
Yes.
Um, how do I want to leave the year behind?
Okay.
So we have a whole month to go.
Yes.
And if you want to leave this year thinking, this was the year that I try my best, or I didn't try my best, but that was the best thing I could do.
Mm-hmm.
That was, give yourself credit, take the pressure,
Yeah.
relieve yourself. And how do I want to feel by the end of the year? You have 30 days to work on your well-being and to work on your necessities and your
Mm-hmm.
self-care. So make sure that you schedule those. And this is the last one. What's one word that you want to live into for 2022? And for me, is probably like being courageous of doing things without thinking what others might think about me. And that's, stepping into your courage, like live with courage. um
Yes.
that's something like courage is something that that's my word for
I love
2022.
that. Girls, boys, if you want to share, people, if you want to share your words here with us, that would be amazing. Gabby from our program, Gabby says the giver or taker energy mindset is game
Hmm.
changing. If it's game changing to focus on the things that really matter. Thank you, Ellie.
Yeah,
That's
create
so
more
cool.
space for the things that give you energy, and just release yourself from the things that take away the
Yeah.
energy. Good, thank you.
There's something you share with me in one of our sessions. It was like, it's not your responsibility.
Hmm.
Like sometimes people take energy from us because we allow them,
Yeah.
because we feel responsible for their feelings and their emotions. And it's like,
Hmm.
oh, I don't want to, because if I say no, or if I tell them this or that, they are going to feel bad. They are going to think that that's their
Yeah.
problem, is their feelings.
Yeah,
It's,
there's like people pleaser, people rescuer. I
mhm.
was I was both. So no good final for those behaviors. But is the way we've been raised.
Yes.
It's not entirely our fault. It's our belief system that we acquire until we were like 5 or 6 years old, and it's the way we saw the world, and they
Mm-hmm.
can be changed. That's one thing that I want to say. If you have a limiting belief, we sometimes don't even know they are limiting beliefs. They really are very clever, because
Yes.
they rule our life. We make sense
Yes.
out of the world from those belief systems, from our mapping how we see the world. And it's just, they there, and you've been working around them, and you think you overcome that belief, and you create a new, more empowered belief, a more positive belief around yourself. And then like a week or two later, you come into a different situation, and those beliefs are back, because they are trying to protect you. It's nothing, I mean, you always do the best that you can, what the things that you have. So you
Mm-hmm.
never want bad for yourself. It's always a good reason. But sometimes those beliefs are outdated. I mean, if your mom didn't, or your family didn't update those beliefs, you might be holding belief from like 300 years ago.
Right.
So yeah, no wonder why you feel like you don't want to talk in a meeting, or you feel like you should have perfect hair. And those are beliefs that really rule your world. So yeah,
Yes.
so we all have them, and we all have to we all need to work around them. There is no
Yes.
perfect, I mean, maybe the Dalai Lama, but even he said that he's still working his beliefs, and his personal development, and the way he can develop his inner self. So yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I follow this there's a woman who talks a lot about finances and women in business, etc. And she's talking about limiting beliefs.
Mm.
And I haven't read Michelle Obama's book, but in there she shares the limiting beliefs she had while being the wife of the president of the
Mm.
United States. So it's like, come on, really? I mean, you're in the White House and you still have limiting beliefs.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. I mean,
it's
I was a corporate woman earning, a huge salary. We had some help at home with the kids, and you know, I couldn't sit in the couch um, to rest, knowing that we had something to do. So I didn't give myself permission to rest,
mm-hmm.
because I thought, it's always like do, 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 do. The more you do, the more you accomplish, the better you will feel. And it's just like, you have to break those beliefs. Otherwise, they kind of trap you, and they kind of, um, yeah, it just make you play small,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes you
Yes,
become very bitter because there is a better way, but you don't do anything about it. So yeah, I love that.
absolutely.
It's my passion. It's just something that it really free me. Like, I don't know. Did I say like it released me from
Mm-hmm.
releasing me from my beliefs was a game
Yes,
changer for me in early 2019 through a coaching session. That's why I say I'm a coach
great.
by accident. It's like I discovered the power of coaching.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, this is better than any book that I read, and it's true. I
I
mean,
agree.
it's just a tool that you have to experience rather than read. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, totally agree. If you ask me what my word is,
Mm-hmm.
I haven't done my homework yet. I will, and I will share it with you for sure.
Yeah,
But
sure.
I think mine would be like focus.
Okay.
I think that would be mine. I noticed that if I'm working on something and then I get distracted, I waste a lot of time.
Now
And
you have remind me
mhm,
about the we skipped the goal inventory from the workbook, and
okay,
that exercise is going to give you clarity around what to focus in December.
great.
So you kind of feel like a whole, like complete in some in the most important area of your life right now.
Got
So
it.
identifying that goal that you're working on, that is aligned with your values and how you want to feel and what is important to you, and then focus on that. It's going to
Mhm.
give you energy, it's going to give you motivation for next year, and it's going to give you a sense of like completeness in that task. So yeah, make sure that you have some time to work through that
Yes,
goal inventory, and
I
you can
will.
you can do that for many other goals.
Now, before we finish, because obviously I have to ask you this, like how would you, and I think I didn't prepare you for this question,
Mm-hmm.
but how would we, how can we adapt this to our learning process? Because obviously, I'm going to share this with people in our membership, in
Mm-hmm.
our speaking club. So obviously, this is like like analyzing your year from a like big perspective, like all aspects in your life.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
what about that specific learning process? What about those limiting beliefs in terms of?
Yeah. Well, I think that would be a different exercise, but
Mhm.
just to make a long story short, if you make learning like learning English is important, is a priority
Mhm.
in your life, make sure that you know your why. That's the first thing. Why is important for you?
Yes.
And and there is a lot of reasons. Like, I mean, I can't think about any bad reason about it. But you have to really connect with your why and make sure that you create a space for that learning, and it's not a thing on top of your full capacity.
Got it.
So make sure you say no to something, or you you improve your system and you have some time for that learning. And then I would also say, apart from the why, how do you feel when you speak in a different language?
Yes.
And how do you feel when you're learning English or when you're practicing English? What are your limiting beliefs there? Yeah, why would you speak in a meeting, or why would you know how? It's like knowing yourself in that new situation. It's like,
Got it.
how confident are you? And stepping into your vision. How do you want? I mean, what is the level of English that you want to achieve? And just work towards that. Like, make sure that you take all the actions that you can, like, write all the actions that you can take to improve your English, and be willing. I mean, who do you need to become to
Yes.
be, speaking in a different language at your work? Who do you need to become to speak English in a live in LinkedIn?
Yes.
You know, obviously, my English is not perfect, but I had to break that limiting belief that I don't sound perfectly. So it's okay. You can understand me. My English teacher can understand me. People can understand what I'm saying. I highly can express myself,
Absolutely.
and I am. I wrote this down. It's like, be proud of your mistakes because you are making progress. Take risk. This is a risk.
Yes.
Even though if everything went really bad, I mean, I would still be alive. It's not like
Yeah.
it's not a death threatening risk. And fail and fail again. And as I say, just be your best support. Be grateful and be supportive, and acknowledge yourself for your progress. Just be proud of your mistakes. I mean, we as a non-English speaker, we make so many mistakes. We
Yeah.
have to be proud of our mistakes. We actually, somebody said to me, you sound actually very, like, it's actually very sexy. It's nice to hear, because we tired of listening to all the English, like, perfect English speakers. Like, really? So yes, it's like, okay. So
I
yeah.
like that. I take it.
Yeah, and
I take
remember,
it.
safety is the enemy of success. So if you want to be a successful English learner or a successful
Yes.
English, yeah, a successful English learner, just make sure that you're willing to fail, and it's okay. It's okay.
It is.
Yeah,
It is. I love it. I love it. I'm going to
yeah.
cut this part and share it once and once again.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Be strong and be brave, and yeah, just be your best support. Why not? Why not?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Awesome.
Great.
I love this. I really
Yeah, me
love
too.
this session. Thank you so much. I'm
Thank
so
you for
happy
the
that you.
opportunity.
Yes, I'm so happy and proud that you
Mm,
accepted the challenge, and because I mean that it is what it is, like, if you got an opportunity, it's like opportunities are there, whether you
yeah,
take them or lose them. Period.
yeah.
So
Always a resistance there, but as long as you feel okay with doing
yeah,
something good, and if not, just explore why I'm not feeling good about it.
yes,
And
yes,
you probably get some limiting beliefs out of that question. But
absolutely.
yeah, thank you so much, Gabby. I really
No,
enjoyed. So thank you,
thanks to
everybody.
you. Thanks to
Um,
you. Thanks for your time.
I'm here, and I think Gabby did share around where you can find me.
Yes, here. Oh
So
yeah, your LinkedIn profile, like, how can we find you
yeah,
here
it's
on
Ellie
LinkedIn?
Fernandez. That's
Mm-hmm.
very easy. Yeah. So
Awesome.
Ellie
And
Fernandez.
I'm just going to put it here in the comments so people, whenever if they are just like checking the recording later, they can just. Can you read the comments, Ellie?
No, I can't. No,
Hmm.
no. Hmm.
Okay. Let me read them for you. Wait a second. I'm just going to write here your LinkedIn profile. Okay. Amazing life. Excellent, Gabby and Ellie. Thank you. That's Nemrod from our speaking club. Geraldine, we're trying. It's better than nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm so excited and because this December, I mean this month, we're going to wrap up and we're going to kind of analyze using your workbook in our membership.
Great.
I'm going to guide them into analyze. Of course, that's going to be for their personal, analysis. But we are going to use that to analyze their year. Like what happened to them in this 2021, and what did they learn from this,
Mm-hmm.
journey. And because I mean, they are doing a great job, and sometimes I think we don't, as you were saying at the beginning, it always comes to the same thing. Like we don't acknowledge our effort, And there's a lot of people here in our community who have been practicing and working and doing the activities, even if they are busy. It's like, I mean, if there's a will, there's a way.
Mm.
So if you really want to do it, it's like you will find a way to do it, right?
Yeah.
So I think analyzing from that perspective is, extremely important. Proud about our mistakes.
Yes.
Geraldine is like, yes, proud
Yeah.
about
We
proud
try. We
of our
try. Exactly.
mistakes. And what was the other? Our failing, like
Yeah, like
failing
safety is
again
the enemy of faith,
of
of
success.
success.
I
Yes.
like that one too.
Yes.
Okay, okay,
Mm. Mm.
awesome, awesome. And Ellie, what's your website?
Yeah, it's coachingandperformance.com.
There you are. Okay, here it is. I'm going to share it here in the comments too. Well, obviously, it has been a pleasure
Mm.
to have you.
Yeah, same here.
Guys, we hope to have you in January because we're going to have another coaching session with Ellie in January. So, just keep here next week. We are going to have Oscar Reyes and we are going to talk about jobs, business
Yes.
and this crazy 2022. I mean, how 2022 is coming and how to prepare for, like looking for a job and how things have changed because of this pandemic. So that will be really interesting too. Ellie, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
I
Thank you,
absolutely
everybody.
appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank you
me too.
guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you again later. Bye. Take care. Thank
Bye.
you.